Aoi was still not understanding just why she felt so comfortable around him, even as he grabbed her hand. She somehow felt at ease. Being a top idol in the school came with a lot of attention, and cheesy pick-up lines from boys were all around her, so much so that she became tired of their useless nonsense. When someone keeps hearing the same lies over and over, it creates an atmosphere that just makes a person want to run away, and this was what happened to Aoi here. As she clenched her hand tightly, she reflected on how Eiji was different. As she blushed a little, she finally met someone who made her heart flutter. As they ran on the other side, we got a gut-wrenching introduction to the certified trash, Kondo. He introduced himself as the man in the center of this world, the great and mighty one. From day one, he was blessed with looks and influence, all thanks to his father, who made him a spoiled brat. His father was a city councilman with power in his hand at all times. Right off the bat, he studied in the top universities and had nothing to hold him back. When he was in a soccer club, he realized he had a talent for it and easily breezed past the competition, making it to the national teams. Just as life couldn't get any more fun, he was scouted by big leagues, and he had obviously already signed all sorts of deals with them. This was just the basic level of things. With his tall height and good looks, since elementary school he was surrounded by girls of all ages and types. He was so popular that he had a girlfriend for each day of the week. One day he ended up seeing something that just made him flutter. On his way, he saw a nobody dating another popular amateur idol. Seeing this, he was just driven by lust, excitement, and the thrill of destroying things. He remembered hearing that these two had talked of marrying each other in the future. Just being there, he knew how he would make his way into her underwear in the fastest and most disgusting way. After just a few days of hanging around with her, he already had her wrapped around his finger. It got to the point that she would first joke about her boyfriend, but slowly, she started to badmouth him just like Eiji's ex did. Now, Trash Kondo saw that she was already making herself a victim of dating a nobody otaku who was obsessed with anime, and he mocked them both. He recorded her words while enjoying his time with her, and then played it for her boyfriend. When he saw the reaction on that poor guy's face, he was pleased to see that he had destroyed something so pure in a matter of hours. That poor soul also cried like a broken man and asked just why she would betray him. Seeing his tears, helplessness, misery, and unfortunate situation, Kondo was aroused, and the sheer scale of pleasure he got from it was so strong that he knew he could never feel this way even if he slept with 100 girls. Her girlfriend immediately started to act arrogantly, and she dumped her boyfriend like he was a stone in her path. Now, Kondo was obviously just having fun, and soon her attitude began to bore him. He told himself that he found it more pleasing when he stole other people's love for himself. That girl began to invite him over to her place more often, and God knows what they did. Slowly, her grades began to fall drastically, and she soon became the topic of conversation for the whole school. Kondo's basic mission was to destroy relationships, have his way with women, and then abandon them with mental problems. As always, he dumped that cheater as well. She cried just like Miyuki, but her tears and body were just already boring to him. He brought out his phone and began to text another girl, telling her that her nagging and voice already made her a loose woman and that he hated her type of women. Now, this was the regular thing that he would do: find a beautiful, innocent girl in a relationship, spoil her and enjoy everything, and then dump her into the trash. Obviously, this was not just simple, as the girls who go through his relationships end up being bullied and harassed by his followers and other classmates. This was his beginning and end, and as he watched their fall, it made him feel like the bigger man. He grew when others fell. As time passed, his next target was Miyuki, and as he did all sorts of things with her, it was now time to destroy Eiji's life. Before the rumors, Kondo grabbed onto her hand, and it seemed like she had big bruises on her wrist, and he took some clever pictures and immediately began spreading them all over the school. As she herself played this all like a victim, it made the story even more believable. He immediately posted it on social media, and that post ended up being viewed by the whole school. As he smirked, he wondered just how far Eiji would fall. On the other side, our beautiful, disgusting Miyuki was already shivering from realizing that her affair had already spread everything on the internet, and he ignored her words. She also pointed out that some people were erasing the mean and hurtful things they wrote on his desk. Since everyone knew that Eiji wasn't back after going to the roof, the allies had thought that maybe he did something terrible, and that was why they were erasing their words. Her stupid brain was wondering if he would quit school because of her. We also saw her brave action when Kondo began to spread the lies, and during everything she was comforting herself that she did nothing wrong and didn't know anything. As she glanced to the side, she ended up seeing Eiji's head, and for a minute her world brightened up, since this was her piggy bank in the future. As she called out to his name, she also saw that he was holding hands with another girl. As she saw this, in the next second, all imagination, wondering, and realization ended, and one word circled around her tiny brain. Miyuki just saw the act of mercy from fate, and as her eyes widened, she just couldn't hold back her regret and helplessness. As she went crazy from seeing another girl beside him, she began to tear up and shout at Aoi for being a homewrecker. The greatest teacher ever, Takayangi, let out a big sigh of relief after seeing that Eiji was running around fine and had stepped down from the roof. Takayangi is the homeroom teacher of their class. Just a few minutes ago, he saw Eiji's desk covered with the erased markings of hurtful words, and he decided to take a closer look. As he called for attendance, he called out to his name, and sure enough, there were words written for him. He knew that his student was suffering, and he asked everyone about the whereabouts of Eiji, but all of his stupid classmates made up things and mentioned that he was in the nurse's office. He told his class to line up for the gym, and told them that he would check up on him. As he walked outside, he remembered that Miyuki was very close to him, and as he glanced at her, she was sweating heavily, and it seemed like she saw something so terrifying that her soul was crushed. He slid the door, and from the side, another teacher approached him. The nurse's teacher from earlier greeted him and shared that Eiji was nowhere to be found. She let him know that it had been a while since he was out, and as he realized that something worse must have happened, she told him that she would search the school, but he replied to her and told her that he would visit the vice principal's office. He obviously informed another person, and as he sweated, he told Takayangi to ask his whole class about this. In the class, his entire mood changed, and with a cold voice, he asked all his stupid students if they knew the meaning of property damage. They all began to mutter, and he pointed out to the marked desk and let everyone know that he didn't know who did this. Seeing the words, he let them know that even an adolescent could guess if it was a prank or bullying. He reminded them that the school desks were school property and that public property paid for by their parents' taxes was important, and since some smart-ass kids damaged that, he let everyone know that damaging others' property is a crime. With a firm voice, he let everyone know that writing slander to make someone feel bad is not an easy thing to process, endure, and later suffer the consequences of. As the pathetic bullies panicked just a little, the teacher let them know that recently, people who harass celebrity get arrested, and if they think that they are students, he added that they would get the piece of the pie that they were wishing for. With an angry voice, he told everyone that since the whole class was involved in bullying, this thing would not be brushed away as pranks or jokes. He told everyone that he would remember this and consider this a proper crime against another human with feelings and emotions.